get a great editor. Do not go with your mom, your sister, your aunt, your husband. You got to do somebody that will be very honest with you.
That was Ben Oneal sharing his advice on writing serial killer thrillers. Stay tuned to hear more about Ben's journey as a writer on Pages and Voices. I'm your host, Meg Bell. We'll be back after the intro. Welcome to Pages and Voices, the local author podcast, sponsored by the Allen County Public Library. This podcast is dedicated to featuring the works of talented authors within our community. Good afternoon. This is Pages and Voices, and I'm your host, Meg Bell. Today's guest is Ben Oneal, author of the Benjamin Kroh series. Benjamin Oneal is an American fiction author known for his dynamic storytelling across multiple genres. His work includes the gripping Benjamin Kroh thriller series, 2 thought-provoking science fiction novels, The Serpent's Gift and The Rise of the Fallen, and a compelling short story collection titled Hold That Thought. He is the product of a barber and a telephone operator. Yes, a man who could give a close shave as well as a haircut, and a woman on the other end of the phone politely asking, "Number, please." He is a graduate of Purdue University with a degree in industrial illustration, and he found his career as a lamp designer for General Motors. It was there that he met a man who was as evil as any he creates in his stories. It was this experience that piqued his interest in criminal psychology and in particular the broken mind of serial killers. Ben is a lifelong seeker of knowledge and truth, and what he finds most important is a closed mind. He always enjoys the game What If. Ben, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
We are thrilled you could join us today.
Me too.
So, like all our guests, you are going to share a brief reading before we begin. Before we get to that, I want to tell listeners about Die Laughing, the book I read to prepare for this interview. It's the first installment in your Benjamin Kroh series, and it really sets the tone for what's to come. On a warm summer night in central Indiana, a surprisingly well-adjusted serial killer with a successful career as a stand-up comedian and a cherished collection of fingertips has come out to play, and there's really nothing funny about it. In Die Laughing, the cowboy, a.k.a. comedian Robbie Lester, suffers blackouts that seem to be growing in duration. The darkness, as he calls it, does things, bad things, Robbie has no recollection of. While the cowboy is plagued with the darkness that haunts him, a vile, deranged killer announces his coming-out party when a body, missing 9 of his 10 fingertips, is placed on crude display at the site of a former auto lighting manufacturer. Beside the body of Bobby Jordan is a cooler that contains a baggie of 9 fingertips, pieces of 9 other individuals, the killer's loud and clear announcement to the world that he has murdered at least 10 people. With his next display and another baggie full of trophies, he will show them all that he is just warming up. FBI agent Benjamin Kroh of the Behavioral Analysis Unit has been sent to a town a stone's throw away from where he spent his childhood. With the help of his team and the local authorities, the case moves in some unforeseen directions. As the killer continues his spree, cruelly destroying individuals who have angered him in one way or another and collecting trophies from each, Kroh's gut feeling tells him that they are finally close to stopping the man who has left bodies in 9 states, all with the same signature. The fingertip killer becomes his own personal quest, one he must hurry to conquer before more fingers and lives are lost, including those of his family. Okay, Ben, it's your turn to share.
Okay, thank you. The cool of the early morning air was welcome relief to the scorching heat of the midsummer Indiana day. He walked with purpose through the overgrown field, his broken mind contemplating death, not his own but a gift he afforded who did not deserve such a grand honor. The soon-to-be deceased would make his last contribution to the world, seated in an ordinary blue, faded, webbed, chaste lounge. The man with the broken mind, dressed in black, had parked his car in an abandoned parking area that was slowly crumbling back to nature. His boots cut through the weeds, kicking up insects that jumped or flew away in search of a safer place where they could carry on with their nocturnal business in undisturbed peace. He stopped, realizing that he had reached his destination, the place he was meant to be. Perfect, he thought. The body that would soon lie there was the culmination of 2 years of intense preparation, but only the beginning of the mayhem that is to be. The present owner of the body was Bobby Jordan. He was not there yet, but as he looked down at the chosen spot, he saw the display in his mind. This made him smile. Bobby was still very much alive, just living and breathing and going about his pathetic life, completely unaware that he was about to realize his destiny. Everything in his being wanted Bobby Jordan dead now, but he had to be patient. Just one more day before I take you, Bobby. You will be my big debut, my opening act, and it must be done right.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
So, Ben, I got to tell you, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to read your book. My bread and butter is romance, so murder and mayhem don't always appeal to me. I was delighted when I began reading your serial thriller killer, as I discovered that they are called, to discover humor and a touch of romance, in addition to some murder scenes, but it was a nice balance. The serial killer is Dexter-esque, maybe not quite as likable, but he does have a certain code he lives by. He's very handsome, stand-up comedian with a dark side and a probable personality disorder. Your book also contains some plot twists, so tell us, where did you get the idea for this character and story?
Well, the books I read, like Sanford and Patterson, I like their stories, but I wanted to find a character of my own, and I thought of a serial killer as a stand-up comedian, and it because I did stand-up comedy for a while, it just kind of was naturally there. I hadn't heard of it before, but I actually worked with a guy. His name was Tim Kroh. We had a connection. I mean, it was just like the same kind of humor, everything, and I think you know what I mean, like that. And he died. So when I decided to do my protagonist, I used his last name and my first name to honor him, and it just kind of flowed from there. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. So when did you decide, I'm going to write this story down?
Well, pretty much as soon as I got the idea for a serial killer who was a stand-up comedian, yeah.
So when was that? Do you remember what year you undertook all of this?
It was 2010, I think, or about 2009 probably when I did that, and I published it 2010.
Oh, so you wrote it quickly?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did it look like when you began?
It was a blank page, and it was daunting.
Yes, it would be.
Yes, and it just grew from there. It really did. It was
okay.
It was,
had you written anything prior to this?
Yes, my first book, The Serpent's Gift, which it's not for everybody. It's a galactic war between heaven and hell, where there are real planets and real living beings. The twist is heaven was the seat of the bad guys. Okay. Jesus being so bad he might slit your throat just because you spill something in front of him. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. And you come to find out that the Earth is one of the most important planets in the galaxy, and only a few people know about it, and only a few people know why. And the Bible was sent here as propaganda to get us to join them when the war came to us.
When did you write this book?
That was probably in 2017. Something around, or no, 2007.
2007.
Sorry.
Okay,
yeah,
and that was your first book.
That was my first book, yes.
Well, that's intense for a first book, too.
Oh, yeah, it just got in my head, and I had to get it out. I mean, that's the only way I could get rid of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've heard other people say that.
And it's not for everybody. I mean, I understand.
Sure.
And when I sell my book, I always explain that to people. And when they ask me, what do you believe in? I don't want an argument, so I say, I'm a storyteller.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a good way to handle that, especially in our neck of the woods.
Yes.
So, did you know from the start the story, the die laughing, was going to go the way that it went?
Oh, never. I hoped that, I had ideas of where I wanted it to go, but I'm a logical progression writer. I have no script or no outline whatsoever. I tried that and it didn't work. I just started it and just kept going a logical step from here to there, and sometimes it changes.
So the story sort of revealed itself as
Oh,
you were writing it.
yes, it did so very much. Yes.
Okay. Was the same true of the Serpent's Gifts that you wrote, or did you have more of that?
Well, I
nailed
had
down?
a little bit more because that was a strong idea.
Yes.
And that I had a little bit more, and I kind of had an idea where it was going to end, but it actually didn't end where I wanted it to. And 2 years ago, I actually added 30,000 words to it and republished it because I had more to say.
On the Serpent's
Gift, yes.
And then you did a follow-up to that
Yes.
with The Rise of the Fallen?
The Rise of the Fallen, and that's where it brings the Greek gods into it. They were real too, but we didn't know it. They did live on Earth. They did have powers that we did. And so I get to bring all that in together in the second book. And where that book ends, it's where the first one begins.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
tricky.
Yes.
Okay. Very interesting. I might have to pick those up next. So your About the Author on the back of Die Laughing talks about working with a man at GM who was known as the modern day Bluebeard, and that piqued your interest in criminal psychology. Did any of that man's characteristics make it into your murderous comedian?
I could say yes, because of who he was and what he did. He actually killed his mom, probably his dad, and 3 wives, and I dated the sister of the 3rd wife he killed.
Oh,
so yeah.
So how did he get away?
He got away with it until the 3rd wife, and the mom of the 3rd wife wouldn't let it go.
Good for her.
And there were suspicions when he got married to the 3rd wife, but I guess he was flashy, had his Rolex, nice cars, and that's probably why he did it.
To get those nice things.
Yes.
He was collecting some insurance, maybe?
Yes, on each one of them.
Mm-hmm. Are we allowed to know this man's name?
Lowell Amos. He died in prison, so that was good. But
okay.
Yeah, there was actually a TV movie about it, and it was terrible. Kelly McGillis was the star, and
oh,
yeah.
Well, she's a good actress.
Yes.
So did this take place in Anderson, or was there the
It
GM?
was Anderson, back and forth, Detroit, Anderson. And,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The last murder was in Detroit.
All right.
And I won't tell you exactly how that happened because it's kind of nasty.
All right. I'm going to look this up when we're done here. So you had some plot twists in here, and I felt like they were good plot twists. So how do you know if you have a good plot twist and you're not just putting a plot twist in there for the sake of having it?
Well, I look at the writers I like. Like I said, Patterson and John Sanford, and I look at their plot twists and how they made me feel. Mm-hmm. I want mine to make me feel the same way.
Sure.
So I don't want it to be cheap. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be super obvious. I want to be a logical progression. I keep using that.
No, I think that's smart.
But I use that in my plot twist. I don't want it to be, as Annie Wilkes said in Misery, I don't want it to be a cheat. Mm-hmm. Don't just do it one time and then all of a sudden change it completely and do here. I just want it to flow. Mm-hmm. And I added smaller ones along the way. And I actually like to take Kroh away from the main case, somewhere in the middle of the book, so he has to work with somebody else to solve another crime too while he's in solving this crime. And so I've got twists in there too. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. How do you know you have enough plot twists without the story becoming overly complicated?
It's just that flow that I get. Mm-hmm. I want it to be. I don't want my reader to get tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want him to say, "Oh, that's stupid." I don't want that.
Right. No, yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, I was surprised. When I got halfway through the book, I was like, oh, I think there's more to this story.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah. Well, and so it worked for me. Was it tough to strike the right balance between sharing the killer's perspective with the perspective of the investigation?
Not really. I always start my books with the killer. And he's going to do his first murder, second, and maybe third murder, because you can't get the FBI to come in on a serial killer case unless there's 3 cases of the same MO and obviously the same killer. So he has to kill that many times. So it might be 4, 5, 6 chapters in before you get to the protagonist. And I wrote my stories different. I wrote it in first person whenever Benjamin Kroh is in the room, and then third person omniscient when he's not. So I can get into the killer's mind and let you enjoy it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were there any resources you found helpful during the writing process?
Oh, television true crime series.
Fact is stranger than fiction.
Yes, yeah, exactly. IDTV, it's stuff like that, and just the internet, being able to search that and find anything I needed. Once I found a good source, you can't just take anything there on the internet. You got to really search them out. And to tell you the truth, the biggest place was real life, just living, walking among people. I've actually, back in the day, I used to go to the driver's license bureau on the last day of the month and sit there and watch the people.
Like you would go into the...
I would go in there. I would have to get something done. But I would go on the last day when it was so crowded. And so I could watch the people, the angry people, the happy people, the people with kids. And I got a lot of good, people things out of it. And and that's what I do. When I walk through the mall, I watch people,
I do. I people watch, too.
I do.
Yeah, you can learn a lot that way.
My wife will, even when I see somebody I know, I'll stop and talk. My wife just keeps walking. She never stops. She's focused.
She's got somewhere to be. She didn't have time for that.
But,
No, I think that's smart, watching people. Real life experience, real world experience. It does teach you something.
Yes.
So I get it. Are these books self-published?
Yes. I started out with The Serpent's Gift and tried to get it published traditionally, but I didn't get much success out of it. And I'm 72 years old.
Yeah.
And I want people to experience my worlds that I create, my stories. And I just said to myself, if I can get those people, the people that get to read my book, if it may be quite, very few, but, and I may not make a lot of money on it, but it's just getting my stories out there. And I have gotten such good reviews from people. And when they come back and say, is your next book ready? Or, oh, you got the next one out. And I'm going, my heart's just fluttering. Because I just love to hear them.
That's
I love to hear them like my books. I don't care about me. I don't care about the money. It's just,
it's your child. I say that often. They're like your children.
Yes.
So when somebody appreciates it,
yes,
it's a good feeling.
It's true. Yes.
So who did the cover design? Because this is pretty good.
I did all my cover designs.
Oh, nice.
Just to
on the computer on a program.
Well, there's a site called iStock, and they have all sorts of pictures, thousands upon thousands of pictures. And so I found this. I found the hand with the bloody microphone. Yeah. Okay. Then I added the background of the brick wall to do the comedy club feel.
Yeah.
And then his the sleeve. The sleeve was a white shirt or something when I got, but I put a jean shirt on because it's the cowboy.
Cowboy.
Yeah. And so that one, and then on Die by Proxy, which is my second book in that series, I actually took the picture of the
South
sign,
Interstate 69.
and then I added it to a road scene, a dark road scene. And my third book in that series, the criminal is called The Rainy Day Killer. And so I've got a rainy looking cover with somebody walking away.
You're very eye-catching.
Yeah, the only one I didn't like of my things is that one. I could not find a picture that made me say,
wow, this is the one
whatever's in that, in that book. And then the last one, Die by Association, where the guy is going after homeowners association board members. Which was fun to write. That cover just came to me. It was pretty nice. Okay, like you have, like the other book, I actually changed the cover on these Serpent's Gift.
Okay.
And
okay.
Yeah.
It looks different now.
But I don't have it with me. I just brought the ones I didn't have. And then the second one in the series, that's, the picture of God finding man, And then this one is Excretions of an Atypical Mind.
Oh, this is one I didn't mention. Is this more short stories?
Yes.
Okay, so you have another one.
Yeah, and it's just, like I said, excretions of my mind, I would say the word, but let's say poop. All this stuff that comes out of my mind. But, yeah.
So how many books then do you have total? Because
I have 9 total.
You have 9 total.
You have 3, I think, already.
Yes.
But and the one I like the best is probably Hold That Thought.
Okay.
Where the guy's holding the balloon with a hat on it, and he has no head. That just, to me, that's just beautiful for me. And so, yeah.
Okay.
So I designed them all.
Nice. All right. You did a great job. And you had an editor, and I might say you had a good one, which was clear to me quickly. So thank you, because not everybody does that. Who edited At Least Die Laughing?
Well, she's edited all of mine. Her name's Autumn. I don't really want to give her name because she has slowed down on her, her writing or editing, and she only has a few people that she's editing for, and she's editing for me.
Yeah.
Because she likes my work, and she's kind of
that makes sense.
Part of it, and she has been so good to me. She's made me better than I am.
That's what a good editor will do.
That's what I do. She makes me look good.
That's right. How did you connect, though? Was there? How did you get in touch with her? In case
my
else
neighbor,
might have that?
I had a friend, a childhood friend who was an author, and I got in contact with him, and I just decided to ask him, and he said this lady's name.
Okay.
And I contacted her. From then on, we've just been like that, and she and I are able to talk back and forth. It's not like everything she says is right and stuff like that. I mean, she does right. No, I don't say anything. But one time she said that Benjamin Kroh sauntered someplace. And I just didn't feel like Benjamin Kroh sauntered. And so I told her, and she goes, "Oh, I can see that." And then, and I don't think I've hardly had anything to say disagree with her since that point. I mean, it's just.
But if you did have a professional disagreement, you could have an honest conversation with her, and that she would hear you.
Oh, yes.
So it sounds like you work well together.
Yes.
So that's great. Yeah. So what is your favorite part of the writing process?
Oh, just getting it down on the page. Oh, it's a wonderful thing to get that started. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you find any part of it difficult?
Getting it down on the page.
Yeah, not the truth.
Yeah.
How many hours a day do you spend writing?
It depends. I usually go upstairs and I'll maybe 3 to 4 hours sometimes 5, sometimes none. It's just whatever I get to after honeydews and stuff.
Yeah. So you're retired and this is your second act, really?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Was there anything that surprised you because of writing the Die Laughing series or the Benjamin Kroh series?
Well, just, I just see, no matter what I write, there's somebody out there that's worse. That's what scares me. I'm scared of real life. I watch people
real life crime.
Yeah,
and
well,
things
yeah.
that really happen in the world.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
much worse than whatever I could write.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's and it's true. That's what scares me more than anything is true life. Jump scare monster movies, they're okay, but real life monsters
Yeah.
are just scary. And that's, I watch my family.
Yeah.
I have to, don't let my grandkids, away from me when we're in the store and stuff like that. That's what it is.
Yeah, humanity is not always humane.
Yeah.
I know. My sister watches the ID channel, and she freaks herself out. And I'm like,
Yep.
you've got to stop watching the ID channel because you're paranoid. You're making yourself paranoid, and then
Yeah.
you're making me paranoid. So,
Well, I actually read, what was it? It was the Hannibal Lecter thing. It was the first book.
In the Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, it's the one before that. I can't.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
But I read that, and
Thomas Harris.
Thomas Harris is and I read it, and I remember sitting there, and the girl that I borrowed the book from, she said that she got kind of scared one night because she was alone and she was reading that book. And then she went out the next day, and she saw some cigarette butts by their shed out there. Scared the hell out of her, and she come to find out it was her husband that was doing that, sneaking out there. And then I'm sitting there days later reading this book, and I hear noises, and I'm looking up around, so I got that feeling out of it. So
I know it does.
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
get in your psyche. It gets in your psyche. It gets in your head. It can really
It sure
actually
can, yes.
mess with you. It's good to be aware. It's good to trust our guts, but sometimes
Yeah.
a little paranoid.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give to someone working on their first book?
Keep plugging away, just write. Just do what you can. Get a great editor.
Mm-hmm.
Do
I
not
second that.
go with your mom, your sister, your aunt,
Your husband.
your
Yeah.
husband. You got to do somebody that will be very honest with you. And then the thing that you have to do is listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Take their advice. It may not always be right, but you need that, and you need to listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, what's next, Ben? Are you writing more on the?
I have the 6th book in the Benjamin Kroh series in the editors right now, and that's about done. And I also have the next anthology of short stories already written, waiting for her to get that done. And I'm actually writing the 7th book in the Benjamin Kroh series, where is a modern day Robin Hood.
Oh,
He's killing the people, but taking all their money and giving it away to charity.
see, they always. Well, from the one I read, it seems like there's something likable about these.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to be different. I don't want them to be somebody that lived getting beat up all their lives and being child molested and all this stuff. I want them to be normal people that just like to kill.
Yeah, but they have some sort of code they live by.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. So when can we expect those books? Do you have any?
Probably next year. I should, early next year on the 6th in the series, which right now the working title's Die by Justice. And,
Okay.
And that is a guy who's using ancient torture methods to kill people.
Ooh.
Like the impalement, crucifixion.
A guillotine, maybe?
Yeah, well, not that. The brazen bull. Have you ever heard of that? That's where
No.
they build a bronze bull and they put the person inside and light a fire underneath it. Yes.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, yeah. That's why I might put a disclaimer on the cover that says this. This is really weird.
I just write about it. I don't.
I don't do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay, so now I have some fun get to know the author questions I'm going to ask you. So you may have just answered question number 1. What's the strangest thing you've ever had to research for one of your books?
Well, like in the 2nd book, The Die by Proxy, the killer is killing child molesters and leaving them along I-69. I-69 starts in Port Huron, Michigan, and goes all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves his victims along I-69 tied to the fence by the road, and he cuts off their hands. And he was going to let them bleed out. But after doing research, I found out that you don't necessarily bleed out from getting your hands cut off. So I had to figure out a way for them to not coagulate. Yeah, and so I did, and it worked out. But I mean, I had to go back and fix that, you know.
That is an interesting thing to research.
Yes.
The FBI would have a field day with your computer.
Oh, man, if they did. Oh, I'd be in trouble.
So, were there any significant changes you made to Die Laughing before its release?
Oh, yeah. I was 3/4 of the way through the book and it was written all in third person. I decided I liked the idea of having, anytime Benjamin Kroh was on the scene, or in the scene, mm-hmm. It was all from his perspective. You're hearing him talk, you're hearing him think.
Yeah.
You know, but when you're with any other character like the killer, I made it third person omniscient so you could, you know, so I had to go back and change instead of he did this as I did this, you know, and each one I had to.
Yeah, that probably took a while.
It did. So it was one of those things. Oops, you know.
All right, start again. So, if the Benjamin Kroh series were made into a movie, who would star in them?
Well, since Benjamin Kroh is kind of funny and stuff, I thought maybe I got a list here what I thought.
Okay, I like list.
Well, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh yeah,
who I thought might be able to do that part. For Z, his partner is Zoe Saldana. She was in Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. Crystal, she was one of these people that you know that if you took different parts of their face, they may not be beautiful, but if you put them all together, it seems to make something. I was thinking like Catherine Bell from JAG.
Yeah.
Or Emma Stone.
Yep.
You know, they're...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Noah, his boss, Eric King from Dexter, the black guy, the bald black guy.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking
about. Or
about.
Michael J. White.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Vernon, the other FBI agent, I'd say Jack Quaid.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't want him to be, lead. I want him to be nerdish looking at first and then come around.
Yeah.
Marty, Adam Beach. He was in Joe Dirt. He was Kicking Wing.
I love that you just brought up Joe Dirt. That's great.
And then Bradford, the boss of the Anderson chief of police or chief of the detectives, Jeff Bridges.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
And then I think that your serial killer needs to be Brad Pitt, because isn't that what you said in the book?
Well, I said he looks like Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Well, I said Benjamin Kroh kind of looked like Brad Pitt.
Oh, somebody looked like Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
right,
and that's I kind of changed after a while. When Ryan Reynolds came along and
he's pretty funny. So
yes.
That would work for sure. So, if you could spend the day with another popular author, who would you pick?
Well, the obvious, like Stephen King or James Patterson or John Sanford that I've said before. But I think the one I'd like to do is Joe R. Lansdale. I don't know if you know him. He wrote The Bottoms. He's wrote Bubba Hotep. He's from East Texas.
Okay.
And he just got this dialogue that he puts almost color in every sentence. Mm-hmm. He's like talking, he'll be talking about the guy got sick and his face looked as green as the dark forest. I mean, in about every sentence. And you just flow with it. And it's he's just got a genuine, down-to-earth way of talking, know. So that's who I would like.
Okay, all right. So I have one last question. How can fans reach you?
Well, I've got a website. I don't know if you can...
Let's see. So if they visit www.benjamin-oneal.com,
That's my website, or I've got my email.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to list?
You can say it, yeah.
Okay, so it's beobex52@yahoo.com for email, and then you are on Facebook.
Yes.
And you can find your books on Amazon paperback or
Yes.
on Amazon.
On anything, Amazon.
Kindle. Yeah, too.
Yes.
All right. So, Ben, thank you for joining us on Pages and Voices today.
Well, thank you for letting me.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to chat and get to know you better.
Thank you.
And thank you to those who listened in. Stay tuned for more Authors on Pages and Voices. I'm your host, Meg Bell. Until next time. Thank you for joining us on Pages and Voices, a source for local authors and their stories. From the studios of Access Fort Wayne at the Allen County Public Library in downtown Fort Wayne, Indiana, I'm your host, Meg Bell. A special thank you to Kay Gregg for her work engineering and editing this episode. We've explored fascinating stories and insightful discussions today, but our journey doesn't end here. Find more episodes of Pages and Voices wherever you listen to podcasts. If you enjoyed this podcast, please show your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends and family. Stay tuned for more inspiring conversations with the area's authors and their insights into the written word. Until next time, keep turning the pages, and we look forward to welcoming you back soon.